morning and welcome to FYI. A real pleasure to have in studio with us Dr. Jessica Hollewell. She is with Unity Christian. And of course, they're getting ready to make a move across the river from Fulton over here to Clinton. First of all, let's find out a little bit about you. You tell me you went to Unity.
Yes, so I started in preschool, graduated in 2006 from Unity. I grew up in Illinois, actually live currently on the farm that I grew up on outside of Thompson, Illinois. And I attended Unity my entire career. I was involved in student council, in sports, fine arts. I did band choir. I pretty much did everything I possibly could have during my educational career. And when I went off to college, I went into education and finished my bachelor's with focus in English communications for secondary and then also for special education for mild to moderate disabilities. And I ended up going to a Lutheran school and teaching there first. And I was notified that there were some openings at Unity. And so I took the leap of faith and applied. And then I had the hard decision whether to keep the contract at the Lutheran school or to move to Unity. And I felt God telling me to go back to Unity. So I started teaching 5th and 6th grade at Unity then and moved into high school when the opening came there. And then this is now my 5th year as a head of school. So majority of my life has been spent within the walls of Unity Christian.
I guess so. I mean, if you go back to preschool days,
Yes.
certainly that. Was there a teacher that inspired you to get into education when you were at Unity?
Honestly, I had multiple teachers. Mr. and Mrs. Schultz were teachers I had in elementary and in high school. I still recall my kindergarten teacher, Mrs. Boss, and I had some great teachers in high school, Mr. Riker and Mr. Senior. I enjoyed school. I do enjoy school. I love learning. I'm a lifelong learner. I pray that I do that in everything. I have horses, and I look at it that way too. In everything I do, I want to learn, and I want to give everything that God has blessed me with and give it back to Him and through every outlet I can.
I was asking why the move to Iowa, and you said it was kind of an interesting story that a former administrator kind of came to the forefront. Yes,
so really Unity just kind of was looking for ways to expand. We have old buildings. That's obviously Unity started in 1921. Not that the building that we're in now was from the 1920s. It's from about the 1950s. And obviously old buildings end up needing major upgrades. And so when you're looking at the cost to do major upgrades, you're looking at the same as a new build. So about 10 years ago, started looking at properties, and this was when I was teaching, so I'm taking a little bit from what I have gathered from my board. And they looked at properties in Illinois and in Iowa both, and God really just led to this property between 13th and 19th. And we purchased that and started the whole building project. Things did not go as planned. Turns out there's a reason why it's called Springdale. Because the water table is very high there, even though you are very high away from the river. We had a lot of issues with foundation and being able to stabilize. So we have a very solid foundation. I can guarantee you that there's about $1 million in the ground to make sure everything was right there. And, timing with the world, COVID hit, just a lot of things changing in the world, changed at Unity as well, with administration change. And then there was kind of this unknown. How do we get fundraising going again, and that? And then, yes, a former administrator, Mr. Veldhaus, happened to stop by with his wife and take a tour one afternoon. They were headed on vacation, and so I walked them around and told them what was going on at Unity. And he came back last fall, and he's like, need to meet with the board, and you guys need to make a decision. And turns out he had left Unity in the early 90s and went into construction, made his own construction company, and built that. Has been very successful. He retired and his son took over, and so in his retirement he has come back to be our general contractor to get this project done. So he lives in around the Sioux Center, Iowa area, and he travels to Fulton and Clinton area every week for us, and he has been a huge blessing. His whole family has been very instrumental in this. So that was kind of the kick that we needed, but God's planning and timing is perfect. So
A lot of obstacles, it seems, kind of got thrown in your way there,
yes,
Jessica.
those are just a few.
Yeah, my goodness gracious. So talk a little bit about what you have at the new facility. I was coming back from Mass, and I was driving by that way, and you had the lights on in the gymnasium. So it's a much bigger gym. I was joking with you. Your athletes have got to be in a little better condition now.
Yes. I don't know if they're quite ready. They're excited, but I think they're probably going to grumble at some point. But yes, we are blessed. We'll be able to more than double our enrollment. We have around 18 classrooms, a library, a wonderful kitchen, brand new, with all the wonderful different equipment that we can place in there. We actually have 2 gyms. One is more for it'll be cafeteria, multi-use cafeteria. We will refer to as a multi-purpose room, kind of be the same size of our current gym in Fulton. And then we have our main gym that will have that. There's a stage that connects both of those, have a dedicated weight room, even dedicated classrooms that for just resource to help kids that need just some extra support.
Who's the architect in this?
Build a Suit. We had worked with Build a Suit for the project.
Okay. I think they're doing
overall.
AdCraft Printware's work out there as well.
Yes.
And they've done some other things here in the area. So enrollment, what is the current enrollment at Unity?
K-12, we are around 100 students right now.
Okay, so you were looking to double that.
Yes, we actually would be able to house around 250 to 300 students at full capacity. But yes, we're looking to grow. We're just looking to continue Christian education. We're a covenantal Christian school, so we're looking to partner with Christian families to provide Christian education in every aspect, whether that's through the academics, whether it's through fine arts, athletics, even just other clubs and activities, just being able to reveal God's truth in everything that happens.
So with that number, and you as the administrator, I'm sure you know the students pretty well.
Yes.
So what has their reaction been getting ready to move into the new location?
They are excited. They are very excited. They're asking every day, what can I do to help get prepared? Because yes, we are making a move mid-year. There's is that a good idea? Is it not? We always have those questions, why? But it's been 10 years in the making for this project since it started. And we want to just honor God. And so we felt that he was calling us to move and to utilize what we're being blessed with. So every day we have students that are saying, what can I help pack up in extra areas? And so we have a semi-trailer sitting at the school currently. And if they have a study hall and they're not using it to, complete homework or study at the moment, they don't have exams till next week. So, we're like, okay, you can come and help. So they're really excited. We have so many that have servant hearts. What can I go over and do at the building? Can I help you sweep? We had our open house on November 15th and site tour, just kind of, an update of where we're at in the process.
How did that go?
It was phenomenal. In my words, it was overwhelming. We had 500 people between 9 a.m. and noon that day. And the day before, I had students that were willing to come over and help sweep and help, do all the things. So the students are just huge blessings because they want to be involved and they want to just see this all get finished. And they're even asking, can I help during Christmas break when you're there? Will you let me know? And can we have a group that you can send out an email? So it's just, they're a blessing. They are looking forward to it. So I'm really excited to see that first day that we have them come in for classes. I'm so excited to greet them at the door. I mean, right now, well, this morning, maybe not this morning, they weren't so happy with the cold weather, but that first snow, man, they were excited and, coming in with all their snow gear so they could go for recess. And I'm looking forward to seeing even brighter faces on that January 6th date.
We are visiting with Dr. Jessica Hollewell. She is head of school at Unity Christian. Let's go ahead and take a break for the weather, brought to you by BillionAuto.com.
A weather impact alert continues for this morning as we see the coldest temperatures of the season push in. Many temperatures below zero. We'll see those only improve to the mid-teens this afternoon despite sunshine and feels like temperatures will be in the single digits. We will drop again to cold conditions tonight with mostly clear skies. With your Storm Track 8 weather impact forecast, I'm meteorologist Andrew Stutzky.
We have the sunshine, temperature now to 8 above. Our north winds relatively light, 5 to 10. Our update brought to you by BillionAuto.com.
If you're looking for the best place to start your car buying journey, take the easy road to a great deal at BillionAuto.com. You can shop 16 new car brands and over 4,500 new and pre-owned vehicles all at your fingertips. Plus, estimate your trade value in minutes and apply for credit pre-approval in just a few easy steps, allowing multiple lenders to compete for your business. Take the easy road to your next vehicle at BillionAuto.com. Not all credit applications approved.
Again, on today's FYI program, we're talking to Dr. Jessica Hollewell. She is head of school at Unity Christian. They're getting ready to make the move over here to Clinton. So when is the move going to take place, Jessica?
Well, our first official day of starting to really move things over will be next Friday, December 12th. We have a school from Dubuque, Iowa, Tri-State Christian, and they are part of our conference for athletics. And their head of school and I have a good relationship that we work through different things with the Iowa Association of Christian Schools and with our Northern Illinois Iowa Christian Conference and that. And she's like, we would love to come down and help. So they're going to come down and help us with that initial move. And then it's all systems go from there. And through the next week and through the next 3 weeks prior to that, we have a dedication and praise and worship on Sunday, January 4th, that we will be doing with our families. And then we will have a backpack day on January 5th, and our first day of student attendance with classes being held will be January 6th.
Outstanding. I would imagine graduation ceremony is going to be in the new school?
It will. We have 4 seniors that will be graduating this year. Small class, but I'm blessed to also be their class sponsor right now. And talking with them about it, they are very excited and asking a lot of details. I'm like, well, we will have to figure out exactly how you go up and across the stage and all the things. So they're very excited to be able to mark themselves as the first graduating class from the Clinton campus.
You mentioned prior to the break the open house, some 500 people that were there.
Yeah.
A great opportunity, I would imagine, to maybe recruit some of these people to your new school.
Yes, we had a wonderful turnout. Some former families, some people that were just interested in supporting Christian education, and then some families that are looking for Christian education in this Gateway area. And so I had some wonderful conversations with some families about coming to Unity, and I look forward to more of those. It's always a joy to talk with Christian families that are looking for that truth, Christ-centered education.
I'm much older than you, and I grew up when the Mississippi Valley Conference had both Iowa and Illinois schools. The Iowa Conference, of course, featured Fulton and Clinton St. Mary's, but with these athletic associations and state tournaments and that, they kind of a break between Iowa and Illinois. But you were telling me the Christian schools, they kind of work together?
We have formed a section of our own conference, really.
Okay.
So there are schools in Illinois and Iowa that we have formed our own conference. And so it goes as far north as right now Dubuque, down to Galesburg, Illinois, out to Kelowna, Iowa, and over to Dixon, Illinois. Right now is kind of, and so there are schools in the Quad Cities and kind of within those surrounding areas that do their own conference right now with us. And we just continue to see where that's taking us. So you never know what might happen going forward, because obviously that does take you out of being part of the state tournaments for both Illinois and Iowa, depending on what state you are located in.
Do you participate in Illinois right now in some of the state tournaments?
We do not, just because we
Okay.
are part of this separate Christian conference.
Right.
But we are part of the IHSA in Illinois, and we are going to be coming over and being part of the Iowa High School Sports Association too.
We want to get to a couple of your talking points, and we'll begin with the educational savings accounts. How can that work to your advantage?
I get this question a lot. will Unity be able to accept the educational savings accounts? The biggest thing is you have to be an accredited school. And we have been accredited. We're actually dual accredited by CSI, which is Christian Schools International, as well as Cognia. Both of those are agencies that are recognized by the Iowa Board of Education, saying that they are approved accreditors for outside of their state accreditation. So the educational savings accounts are tax dollars that the families can use to pay tuition and fees at the school of their choice, including non-public schools. So Unity will be able to accept those starting in the fall of 26, and so August of 26 for the 26-27 school year. And that opens up a lot of doors to Iowa families. Unity actually, even though it started in Fulton and has been in Fulton 104 years, we've typically been about 50-50 or even 25-75, with 50 to 75% of being Iowa families prior to the ESAs. When the ESAs were announced and took effect, we definitely saw a decline in our Iowa enrollment.
So, with this opportunity to move into the state of Iowa, are you still going to have a presence in Fulton yet?
Yes, our preschool and daycare will remain in Fulton, and we will still have our campus and our K-12 campus. At the moment, we're going to be using that for some different events, and just while we make this transition, making sure that we have space for having all concerts, our drama productions, all of our athletics and things like that. So we'll continue to use that, but our preschool and daycare will remain in Fulton at this time.
Let's talk about what you all do have to offer both athletically and academically at Unity Christian.
Mm-hmm. Academically, first and foremost, it's from a Christ-centered perspective. And so God is revealed, truth is revealed through every subject. So it's not just learning how to write, it's learning how to write and be able to express and be able to share thoughts and use language in a way that God has designed it, and be able to incorporate how that works. Same with science, math, all those things. High school, we obviously are able to have different tracks, for students that want to go into college and careers beyond there. They have the opportunity to take courses. Math is always one that gets asked, to calculus level. Same chemistry, physics, and those type of things. We also have partnered with Clinton Community College recently, and have had students attending their career academies. And so we will continue that partnership. And then we've also been able to partner with Oral Roberts University in their Advantage program and offer some dual credit courses. Especially those individual, those just gen eds, the Comp 101 that nobody wants to take, but you could take that during high school and get some extra success in high school and then be ready for college, have a little leg up there. And Clinton Community College has also offered many classes to our students as well to help with that transition. And then athletically, right now we have soccer for both our boys and girls. We have junior high volleyball, junior high basketball for boys and girls, and then we also have boys and girls volleyball, as well as track for junior high and high school. We have our developmental basketball program that we refer to as our Little Hoops, and so that's for grades 2 through 6, and they do that. That'll be coming up here in January. And we're always looking to expand. We've had some different co-ops previously with Riverbend, with Fulton High School specifically, for wrestling and some other opportunities that students are looking for, and that is where they have been gifted. So we'll be investigating that as well. Our athletic director, Mrs. Jana Bear, is wonderful. She is always on top of all of that and making sure she's providing every opportunity for our students. And
I know Jana pretty well. I had a chance to cover her when she was an athlete out at Northeast. And of course, I know her husband very well. Kevin Bear is the activities director at Clinton High School. Again, we're visiting with Dr. Jessica Hollewell of Unity Christian. Before we let you go, and thank you so much for your time, you've done a great job. Talk a little bit about your staff, who you work with on a daily basis.
Yes, we have just dedicated teachers that, and any of our staff members, from our head cooks, our maintenance, everybody in administration. They're just wonderful. They are really there for the kids. We love them. We love our students. We love our families. And that's what makes Unity special. Really, you become part of the Unity family. It's hard to explain, but you experience it when you come and join us. And it's just one of those things where you almost become brothers and sisters because you're so close and you can call each other at any moment. And they are just wonderful people to work with. I love being their administrator and continuing to see where I can serve them. But they do what they do because they love it. They're not there for the dollar signs.
This just occurred to me. I would imagine K through 12 is all going to be in this area. So it's not quite a one-room schoolhouse, but what kind of mixture do you have? I mean, do the kindergartners, first, second graders, do they see the junior high kids, the high school kids walking the hallway?
They're a little bit separated, but they do interact. We have some students that, especially in high school, they're looking at going into more of an educational type field, whether they are looking at doing early childhood ed or maybe they're looking at being a teacher in upper levels. And they have come and asked, can we teacher aid? So that I think that would be help me. And so we have students that ask, can I help another teacher? And so they'll help with PE, or they'll go into some of the elementary classrooms and help the teacher and work with them. And that's just a huge blessing.
Yeah.
They interact so well. They love to see each other, and I just feel like, again, it's that family atmosphere. Now, you can have the good and bad there because sometimes you get too close too long and you're ready for a break. Brothers and sisters don't always get along all the time. And so we're not perfect. I don't mean to sound like we're perfect, but it is a great opportunity that we have being K-12 because you do have them being able to bless each other. And our littles definitely bless our bigs.
So I would imagine your office is going to be in the new facility.
Yes.
Okay, so as the administrator, you get the opportunity to see what's going on in your school.
Yes, it's wonderful. I know the former administrator that Unity had while I was in school, Mr. Ritzma, he said, you don't know how nice it is to have one building, because we did have an elementary campus before as well as in the secondary. So K-6 was in one building and 712 was in another. And he's like, it was hard because your office was in one and then you would just have to travel back and forth. And he goes, even though it was just a few blocks away, you missed things. So it is a huge blessing to be able to just be in one building, and I can go visit whoever, whenever.
Again, appreciate your time. Thank you so much for coming in. Once again, the first day of school at Unity Christian will be in January?
January 6th at our Clinton campus right off of 19th. Yes.
Okay. If people would like to find out more information about Unity Christian, I could imagine Facebook, website, different things like that.
Yes. Our website is unitychristian.com, and that will link you to our Facebook, our Instagram, and all of the contact information to get in touch with us.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.